Okay, friends, we're coming back together in 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Gina. I'm waiting for 2 people. I'm waiting for 1 person. Okay. All right, friends, today we are going to be working on quoting text accurately. Okay? You need to be able to explain what the text says explicitly and when you're drawing inferences. Okay? We've been studying the American Revolution, and today we're going to focus on reading the Declaration of Independence. Specifically, by the end of today's lesson, okay, you will be able to identify the ideas that an author emphasizes in order to prove a point. Okay, so we're going to try to answer the following question today. All right, so our essential question: what grievances? Okay, notice I underlined that word. It's one of the vocabulary words. Okay, grievances. What grievances did the colonists have with King George III? Okay, so I'm going to Jennifer. What do you have there? What's on the floor by your feet? Is that a note? Pass it up here, please. Okay, let's take a look. All right. Ooh, it's written to Baby Love. All right, so maybe we should just read it out to the whole class. It says, Dear George, I'm not sure how to say this, but I think we need to talk. I've been thinking about us a lot lately. Things used to be so great. It was like we were MFEO. Anyone?
Made for each other.
Made for each other. Okay, thanks for making me feel old. I mean, everyone said we were perfect together. I really thought we would be together forever. Number 4, EVA. Okay, but how things have changed. I feel like you never listen to me. You just do whatever you want and never even ask me about anything or how I feel. I feel disrespected and I'm just fed up. I've been thinking about this for a while and I don't want to hurt you, but I think we're through. THRU. Very inventive spelling. I mean, it's just not going to work. I need some time by myself to see what it is like on my own. I'm sorry things didn't work out, but I do think you are the one to blame. Sorry, but we're over. Bye. Guess you're wondering who wrote that letter. That's quite a breakup letter. Well, it's signed the American Colonies. Written to George, King George, and it's written by the American Colonies. Okay, it's a breakup letter, which is essentially what the Declaration of Independence is. Basically, the Declaration of Independence is the world's most famous, most influential breakup letter. And we're going to get a chance to examine it today. Okay, so in the Declaration of Independence, just like in a breakup letter, the colonists, they listed their grievances, okay, with King George. They listed the reasons why they wanted to break up. All right, so I need my table captains, okay, to come and grab some packets for everyone at your table. All right, we're going again to be looking at what grievances did the colonists have with King George III. I'm handing out a vocabulary list because let's face it, friends, the Declaration of Independence was not written in the same language as this note that I just read to you was. It was written a long time ago, and so some of the words are going to be unfamiliar to you. And so we need to really look at it and try to figure it out. So I'm giving you a vocabulary list to use as a reference. I'm also giving you a copy of the Declaration of Independence so that we can read that primary source. And you'll get a close reading guidance document that you're going to work on in groups. Okay, so table captains, let's hand those out, please. Thank you. Okay. Let's everybody take a moment, get yourselves settled. Take out the actual declaration, okay? And as we're reading it, just like we would do with all close reading, we're going to use our RA strategy. RA. Read, annotate, highlight. So let's get those highlighters out. I want you following along. I'm going to play a video. which will read the Declaration of Independence to you, okay? As you're following along, please be highlighting words that are unfamiliar, and we're going to annotate them together, okay? So, let's pay attention up here.
Course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, and that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain What's that word there?
Unalienable. Let's highlight that one, please.
Unalienable.
With certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is in the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new governments. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states.
Okay, tyranny is a word we've heard before.
Petition for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince, whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant, is unfit to be the ruler of a free people.
We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown.
And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Bless you.
God save our American states!
God save our American states!
Okay, so you get an idea of what the language is like in that document. Now, this reading did not include the listing of the grievances. That's the part that we're going to look at very closely today. All right, but the close reading document that I've given you has some explanations, and your job is going to be to translate the language from the Declaration to the modern day language. Okay, so once you're going to get into your guided reading groups now, okay? You're going to work together. You can come up and watch the video. You can also play the video on your tablets. I've put the link to this video on our Google Classroom site, and you can click on that and watch it. There's some others also that you might want to, that you'll find helpful. Okay, so once you're finished with filling in your guidance document, okay, you're going to log into the Google Classroom site, and you're going to complete one of two performance tasks, okay? So the first performance task, okay, again, all of these are written on the Google Classroom site, so you don't have to write this down right now. It's there for you. I want you listening right now so that you get an idea of what you're going to do, okay? So the first task that you might choose to do is to pretend that you are one of the authors of the Declaration of Independence. All right? You'll write your own breakup letter to King George III. Okay? Again, our essential question, what grievances did those colonists have? So in that letter, you're going to need to list at least 5 grievances. I want you writing this in modern language. All right? Yeah, this is one of the only times I'm going to allow you to spell the word through, T-H-R-U. Okay? Or you might want to take the flip side. You might want to pretend that you are King George, and then you'll respond to those grievances, okay? So you're going to reply to at least 5 of the American colonists' grievances, and you want to try to persuade them to stay in the relationship, okay? Again, I'd like you to use modern language when doing that, okay? Now, that's not all right? Yes, each one of you needs to post, okay? You can choose either option A or B. Pretend to be a colonist or pretend to be King George. But then you also need to respond to at least one other classmate's writing, okay? If you don't finish this before the end of class, that's okay, all right? You can finish it for homework, all right? All responses must be posted by 9 p.m. tonight in Google Classroom, okay? They're going to be graded according to our short response 2-point rubric, which you all have in your notebooks and again is also posted on our Google Classroom site. And feel free to use one of the sentence starters that we use a lot, okay? You might want to write, I agree with your argument because, I disagree with your argument because, I'm confused about, okay? Maybe if someone picked some text evidence that they didn't translate properly or that you don't think supports their answer, you may have to say, I'm confused about, and I'm confused about this because. One thing I would like to add to your argument is, or maybe someone changed your mind. So you might say, I changed my mind when you wrote, and then you'll need to cite their evidence. You need to also cite textual evidence, okay? As you're working in your groups, I'll be coming around to check in with you. As you're reading and as you're using your close reading document, you've also got sticky notes. Make sure that you're writing any questions on your sticky notes and bring them up to me as I come around. Okay, are there any questions for me right now? Or, again, write them on your sticky notes and I'll answer as I come around to your group. Okay?